Hey everyone, Oddball Comics here. So today we're actually going to go a little in depth on Mysterio since the recent movie coming out, and on top of that, I actually recently did a video with VallyFlyin. So if you're like me and you play Marvel Strike Force, make sure to check them out. It was a super fun experience working with them, and I really hope we do more content in the future. But other than that, let's dive into Mysterio Explained. Alright, so starting off, Mysterio was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko and first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 13 in June of 1964. However, we actually come to find out he had a secret introduction of him beforehand in the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 2, where Mysterio and his men were disguised as aliens hired by the Tinkerer to uncover military and industrial secrets. So Mysterio is Quentin Beck. He's a special effects wizard and stuntman, working for a major Hollywood studio for dreams of making a name for himself in the film industry. However, he came to see his career in special effects as a dead-end job. His attempts to become an actor were poorly received, but he realized that his expertise in illusions could make him an effective criminal. Now we fast forward to his first encounter with Spider-Man. After he ends up framing Spider-Man for robbing the Midtown Museum, Mysterio obstructs the hero's spider sense with gas and dissolves Spider-Man's webbing with a special chemical. However, Spider-Man does trick Mysterio into revealing he robbed the museum. Then Spider-Man revealed he had captured it all on tape. Mysterio was then jailed, blaming Spider-Man for his ruined career. Mysterio later joins the Sinister Six in an attempt on revenge for Spider-Man. Mysterio later creates an alias of world-renowned psychiatrist Dr. Ludwig Reinhardt, using technology and hypnosis in an attempt to make Spider-Man lose his mind and nearly convincing him to unmask himself. Though, ironically, Spider-Man was actually helped by none other than J. Jonah Jameson by bursting into the house, and with this, Spider-Man then unmasked Mysterio instead. After this, Mysterio then establishes a brief partnership with the Wizard in a plot to kill Spider-Man and the Human Torch on a Hollywood movie set by pretending to enroll them in a film. However, they were both defeated and arrested, and we don't see him until his next appearance, where Mysterio tricks Spider-Man into believing that he had caused the death of a bystander. He ended up joining Dr. Octopus's Sinister Six on several occasions, and you're going to hear me bring this up a lot. But this never gave him the edge against his foes that he desired. Eventually, he began to lose credibility as a supervillain. And after his final imprisonment during the Guardian Devil storyline, Mysterio was given early release as he had been diagnosed with a brain tumor and lung cancer, both caused by the chemicals and radiation from his equipment. Obsessed with exacting his final revenge on Spider-Man, he was very disappointed to find out that the Spider-Man that he had right now was just a clone, and he saw no dignity in overpowering a copy of the real thing. Even though by then, the clone had been killed and the current Spider-Man was indeed the original. Mysterio decided to change his plans and focus on Daredevil, actually, whom he encountered recently during an insurance scam that the hero had thwarted. Mysterio believed that he had found a kindred spirit in Daredevil, in the sense that both were second stringers with little reputation outside of their own homes. After the Kingpin gave Mysterio all the information that he possessed about Daredevil's past, Mysterio developed an elaborate plot to drive Daredevil insane, using a special designed drug to influence Daredevil's mood, presenting him with a baby girl and conflicting reports that she was the second coming of Christ or the Antichrist, with the drug rendering Daredevil to become violent if anyone suggests the child was innocent. In the course of this whole scheme, we come to find out Karen Page was killed by Bullseye after Mysterio had convinced her that she was suffering from HIV due to her time as a porn star. Honestly, that's not all. Matt Murdock's partner, Foggy Nelson, was actually framed for murder after cheating on his current lover, and Daredevil nearly lost his mind as he appeared to be tormented by the forces of hell. However, Daredevil's will proved to be stronger than Mysterio expected, and once Doctor Strange found out about this and figured out that there was a drug inside of him, he ends up magically removing all the drug from his bloodstream. Now, with Daredevil finding out Mysterio was the mastermind, furious, he ends up shattering the villain's helmet in a fury and revealing with this now change of appearance due to the cancer. So Beck ended up thinking that Daredevil would kill him upon this discovery, in which his eyes was saying this is the grand way to end the final show, but Daredevil denied him this, and instead he just dismissed Mysterio's scheme as a basic B-movie plot, and calling Mysterio incapable of having an original thought in his life.
That's not good enough!
Broken in every sense of the word, Mysterio saying that he was stealing an idea from Kraven the Hunter. He ends up pulling out a gun and he shot himself in the head. While Mysterio has faked his own death several times in the past, this act was actually apparently legitimate, as Mysterio literally had nothing left to live for. So sometime later, Mysterio did come back. We don't know when or how, but apparently he had to do something with his suicide, that his superiors in the afterlife sent him back to Earth to maintain a cosmic balance. We would next see Mysterio as part of the new Sinister Six organized by Dr. Octopus. He first works with Chameleon to distract Spider-Man and the Future Foundation by faking an attack on the Caribbean by zombie pirates. While the rest of the Six steals something from the Fantastic Four's headquarters, he then later also participates in an attack with the Sinister Six on Avengers Academy. So, although Mysterio aids Dr. Octopus in his attacks against the Avengers and his plan to heal the world during the Ends of Earth storyline, alright, so Mysterio ends up agreeing to help Spider-Man, Silver Sable, and Black Widow defeat Dr. Octopus's plans after Spider-Man convinces him that Dr. Octopus would not honor any deal he has made with the Six, and as he is almost certainly scorched to Earth if his plan succeeds. So with this, Mysterio does lead Spider-Man and his allies to a Mayan temple where Dr. Octopus's base is located, claiming that he was responsible for the choice of the location due to the supposed Mayan prophecies of the world ending, leaving them to face the Mayan-controlled Avengers. After disabling the Autobots that were controlling the Avengers, Mysterio lends Spider-Man and Silver Sable his vehicle and provides them with the location of Dr. Octopus's secret base. He then disappears in a cloud of smoke and leaves the heroes to deal with Octavius. Now, fast forward to the Spider-Men storyline. And personally, this is one of my favorite ones, including Mysterio. Basically, Mysterio crossed over to the Ultimate Marvel Universe multiple times, only to encounter the mainstream Spider-Man after his last travel. In the struggle, Spider-Man is transported to the Ultimate Universe with him, where Mysterio reveals that his ultimate counterpart is simply a robotic avatar, controlled remotely. Refusing to allow Spider-Man to escape, Mysterio sends a robot avatar after Peter and the new Spider-Man Miles Morales. Despite using a chemical weapon to create an hallucination that both Spider-Men are fighting, Peter's greater experience allows him to focus through Mysterio's illusions and destroy the avatar, so Mysterio ends up leaving, reflecting that it is more appropriate to leave the Spider-Man trapped in a world where he is dead, which leaving Iron Man to examine his discarded technology. So Mysterio is preparing to claim his victory by destroying the portal and trapping the Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe forever, but unable to resist the temptation to see how this would end. He keeps the portal open long enough for Peter and the Ultimates, which is the ultimate version of the Avengers, to capture him despite his best of efforts to throw them off with their worst fears. Mysterio is quickly defeated by Fury, and he actually decides to keep him prisoner in the Ultimate Universe due to his knowledge of Peter Parker's secret identity. We're going to actually fast forward about 8 months after the event of Secret Wars. We first see Mysterio attacking Parker Industries with the intention of using the company's webware technology to cause a mass hysteria, beaming imagery directly to the minds of the product users. The plot is actually thwarted by none other than Deadpool, who runs Mysterio over with his quote-unquote dead buggy, which is a super ripped off version of the spider buggy. While recovering in the hospital, Beck is visited by an unknown figure who leaves a Mysterio bust on the supervillain's bedside table, while declaring that he is not out of the game yet. After Deadpool is manipulated into killing Spider-Man, Mysterio tortures the hero's limbo-bound soul by projecting his own spirit into the realm using power provided by a mysterious benefactor. Now, Deadpool ends up going to a limbo state as well to help Spider-Man overpower Mysterio, who was actually afterwards shown to have disappeared from his hospital bed after the whole fight. Alright guys, so other than that, that's really Mysterio explained. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. You know, if you guys are coming from the Marvel Strike Force side, I am thinking about making content for it. I'm not too sure. I might stick with this, but if you guys like this stuff, make sure to tell me down below. If you guys want me to do character reviews of any certain characters or storylines, make sure to tell me that as well. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.